I never expected the title name of this series, Maria the Virgin Witch, to play a vital role in the course of this series. So, Maria sacrificed her, I guess, her happiness, or her pleasure, to be a witch. That's pretty much what Maria did in this episode. And for the most part, I actually like the route this series is taking. As I said in my last review, it's really unexpected how much I am really enjoying this series. It's definitely different from the other series from the season, but it is a really good series. Like, it stands on its own. Like, it's a really good series. And with the episode, pretty much our main female character, Maria, has, like, this punishment placed upon her head. She cannot actually, you know, have sex with anyone. She is a virgin, and if she wants to technically ever have pleasure or fun, she will lose her witch powers, and which in turn will turn her into a regular human to where she could possibly be burned at the stake. And so, Maria is in this situation. She literally has to be alone for the rest of her life. Now, it doesn't sound like that's much of an issue, but you have to think about her personal happiness also. But on top of that, with the episode, she cannot technically use her magic in front of anyone. Like, she can't use it in public, or she will also get punished. So, with this revelation of this episode, I was quite shocked to see the direction the series took. And I am really looking forward to seeing what will happen, because in the episode, it sets up a couple of things that we should probably expect before this series ends. Pretty much, in this episode, Maria gets an actual invitation from one of these, like, bishops or whatever from the church, and she goes and talks to this dude that's, like, a bishop or whatever, high person in the church. When she talks to this person, pretty much, Maria says, fuck you, and walks off. That's what Maria did in this, you know, episode. So, of course, the dude was really pissed off, and which in turn will cause it to where Maria might be hunted down as a witch and be burned at the stake. So this actually started a little seed that eventually will grow into something really large in the future to the series. Like, Maria, at the end of the series, might get burned at the stake. And I wonder if it will take that direction, because I have been hearing from a couple of Chibits for the past couple of weeks, is that this series is technically already over. Like, it's already over, there's no more chapters, no more volumes, and it's ended a while ago. And so we're going to get the full story, as I know of, from this series. And so if that is actually going to happen, I wonder exactly how it's going to end, because I heard like there was only a couple of volumes, like a couple chapters, not that many chapters. And so if that is true, that means that maybe Maria does die, because I could see something like that happening, like, you know, her losing her virginity and then pretty much dying at the end of the series. That'd be kind of fucked up if you think about it. But I mean, that's one thing that sets up this episode. So looking on the grand scheme of things of this, I have to say, I like the direction it took with the little girl, whatever, following around Maria in this episode. Like, she's a stand-in for the archangel to watch Maria. And she finds out in this episode, Maria finds out that this little girl is actually the archangel's eyes, because the archangel cannot watch Maria all the time, because he's busy with his own shit. And so, this girl is supposed to watch Maria and keep track of what she's doing, and so if this girl, you know, takes her eyes off of Maria and does her own shit, Maria cannot be punished, because Maria's not always being watched by this archangel or this girl. So Maria can still slightly get away with things depending on the situation. And I like the little, you know, comedy in this episode. Like, for instance, the girl turns around, walks away, and all of a sudden Maria just summons her freaking, like, lion, tiger, demon beast thing from the ground or whatever, the sky, and started killing people. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, it's really messed up seeing that, but I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, if they're not keeping watch on Maria 100% all the time, then yeah, I mean, there's going to be slight loopholes here. So it's not really that bad if you think about it. So we'll have to see where that goes. Overall, one thing that really stood out with this episode, though, was the Cernunnos. The Cernunnos scene in this episode was completely different from any, like, mood or theme or vibe I got from this series thus far. The Cernunnos scene really was eerie. It was, like, really eerie and creepy when I saw that scene. Like, Cernunnos, I don't know his angle. I know for a fact, I read up, actually, a couple bits of mythology on Cernunnos before, because Cernunnos has something to do with Taizai. And I'm a big Taizai fan, as you all know, and so I looked into some mythology and stuff like that about Cernunnos, and there's barely much information on Cernunnos, but Cernunnos is technically a god. And so, I'm wondering, is this Cernunnos, is this a good god? A bad god? Is you know, what is this? Like, what is Cernunnos' you know, angle on this? That's one thing I'm really wondering about right now, because Cernunnos doesn't seem to be that good, but that evil at the exact same time, because I know for a fact he's probably not, you know, like, connected with the church, because he's like a different entity altogether, like he's you know, another god. So we'll have to see. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.